Sacramento 916. What is going on? It is your boy Big Mike here for the Country in the Park. Pre-sessions right here, getting you ready for Country in the Park 2, which is just a few weeks away, going down to Cal Expo. Excited to be joined by this guy right here, Vincent Mason. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. It's KNCI's Raised on Country Summer, which is wrapping up September 13th, going down to Cal Expo, wrapping up summer. Let's talk about summer real quick. How's your summer been going, man?
My summer's been awesome. I feel like it's probably one of the best summers that I could remember, opening for Riley Green and Parker McCollum, weekend with Luke Bryan. So, Riley and Parker just
a few names, names.
I think Parker McCollum's, I haven't really kept it a secret. I mean, he's been my favorite songwriter for a long time. He's kind of the reason I started writing songs and trying to sing. So that was cool for me, and always been a fan of Riley Green and obviously Luke Bryan. So, I mean, every weekend with one of those three guys, I mean, you really can't complain. I don't think. I think you could, but you probably have to check on yourself if you're in a bad mood.
Who'd be listening? Who'd be listening anyway if you're complaining, man? I mean, that's so awesome, man. I mean, you think, looking up on you, really, you just started kind of really getting into music. Some people start as kids. You got in like later, right? Like your senior year or so, you started dabbling in music?
Senior year of high school, I was taking videos, but like not showing anybody. They were literally just for me. I would try to see if I was any good. I was singing a lot of covers, and then went to Ole Miss for about 6 months and started writing songs. Christmas break there. Moved to Nashville not far after that, which looking back now, it's just like the craziest thing to have written like 4 or 5 songs and fully moved to Nashville. Now that I know like what you have to do to actually get a deal, but I had no idea. And I was just like, I felt like I could get one. So.
Well, and you had to have that talk. You had to have that talk that some kids have to have when they tell their parents, I don't know if I'm going to go back and finish college. Maybe I'll move to Nashville. How did that conversation go?
It went really good. I have really great parents. I actually was going to try to backtrack it and make the switch a little bit easier. I was going to go back to Ole Miss for another year. I was like, I'm supposed to live, in the frat house, in the ATO house. And I was like, I already was supposed to go back. It's a few weeks away. And my mom was the one that was like, no, I can tell you really want to do this. So you should go now. So really great parents, both of them. My dad calls and checks in on everything every single day. And my mom is just right there, excited always. So, I think if I changed my mind again, if I told them I really wasn't happy with this right now, and they'd be like, go do what makes you happy. So,
but I think they might check your Instagram and be like, well, hold on a second.
Yeah, I think they'd be like, are you sure?
We're seeing your performance in front of some pretty epic crowds over here. Maybe they got some shows they want to go to, So you've obviously, been, man, such a train ride you've been on this year, but just last several years, going from, starting to make a name for yourself, and now obviously being in front of some big epic crowds. Do you remember the first show that you did where you were like looking out and just seeing the audience singing your songs word for word, and you're like, oh, this is the day? Like, do you remember that moment?
I remember feeling like we weren't just playing shows so that people would know who we are. And when we started playing shows and people knew the songs, and I remember it wasn't like we could point to any one thing that happened, but I just remembered, I guess Hell's the Dance Floor, when that song came out, I remember the first show we played with Gavin Adcock in Newport, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd heard a whole crowd, and we were just kind of like, what is going on? That was the first time we'd had a song really stream like that. And then ever since that show, I feel like just slowly but surely more songs in the set, whether we're opening or headlining, like more people sing along, and it's just brick by brick. But every single show, it seems like a few more people know who we are. So I guess that's the idea.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be singing Wish You Well, word for word. It's been blown up here on KNCI, and you're going to be doing it live at Cal Expo. How did that record come about?
That was the only song that I haven't written. I'm really big on songwriting. Is my favorite thing about this whole process. Just finished the first album. I really like recording now and producing, but I mean, if I had to pick one, I feel like writing is the thing that keeps me going. So
right.
I am also a fan of songwriters in that way. So, 4 of my favorite songwriters were on that song, and it came from Jake, who produced the album, and he sent it to me. He kind of put it in my head in a very soft way, like kind of Inception. He just sent it to me, and he was like, you're going to write with a few of these guys. This is my favorite song that they've written together. And then I just kept listening to it like a fan for 3-4 months, and then I forgot that I had just signed this record deal and I could ask to record songs. I was just like, I used to always be like, damn, I wish I wrote that. And then I was like, oh, I could probably go get this one. And he was like, I was hoping you'd ask about that one. So I feel like I could have written that song. I felt like it was just perfectly catered. Like every now and then there's just something that fits you really well. And I loved it, and I wish that I'd written it, and the way we produced it out and everything. Once I heard it, I just felt like the perfect radio song.
Well, it's probably a nice lesson for you being a songwriter yourself, because I'm sure a lot of people that are in that realm are very protective, and they're like, they want to do that for all of their projects because it's so personal. But it shows you that just like you're a great songwriter, there's some others that you can collaborate with and probably make some amazing music like you did with Wish You Well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be looking necessarily to do that again, but if a song comes across the way it did Wish You Well, if it's really natural and I really love it, and I love to sing it, I'll probably do it again. But yeah, it might be a one and done kind of thing, but that's fine with me if that's the case,
Well, we are just a few weeks away. Cal Expo, Country in the Part 2. Jordan Davis, Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash. I mean, any of those three can headline their own show, but they're going to be right there at Cal Expo. It's going to be an amazing night. When you see those names, and obviously you mentioned like Parker McCollum, like Ashley Cook, you've worked with such great names. When you see those names getting ready here for a few weeks in Sacramento, what's it feel like knowing like, man, I'm going to be on stage with these epic acts?
It's really never not cool is what I say. I think you sit there and like, I think back to moving to town and just having written 4 or 5 songs, and just like remembering, like thinking about how far off signing a record deal would be, and how how amazing that would be, and not even knowing the steps to get there. And I think it's the same thing. It's like you think about being on those lineups, and I always think about just moving to town. And if you told me that I was going to end up on those type of shows with those type of names, how I would react. So I think it's always a cool thing. I don't know how else to describe it. It's always something I'm going to try to be thankful for. If you're ever having a bad day, just remember that that's what you wanted, 4 or 5 years ago.
100%. Well, we are weeks away. Cal Expo, Country in the Part 2. Get your tickets, CITPfest.com. Sacramento cannot wait to see you live. Vincent Mason, thank you so much for making time for us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.